From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, December 16th, 2014. Silver is trading at $16.35 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,212 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $337. Antiwar.com reports Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with Secretary of State John Kerry, pressing for a U.S. veto on the assorted UN resolutions coming up on the subject of peace talks. Two competing resolutions are looming, one being pushed by Jordan on behalf of the Palestinians, giving Israel 2 years to withdraw from the occupied West Bank. France is pushing an alternative text which simply pushes for a 2-year timetable for the resumption of the peace process. France sees a U.S. veto of the Jordan version as inevitable and says they hope their version is one that people can get behind. Netanyahu is lobbying against both, but pushing harder against the French version, claiming any conditions on Israel would threaten stability. Though U.S. officials have insisted they have made no decisions on vetoes yet, they traditionally veto anything Israel objects to, and Israeli Strategic Affairs Minister Yuval Steinitz expressed confidence in comments over the weekend that the U.S. would continue that trend. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports heavily armed Australian police stormed a Sydney cafe early on Tuesday morning and freed terrified hostages being held there at gunpoint in a dramatic end to a 16-hour siege in which 2 captives and the attacker were killed. Police would investigate whether the 2 hostages were killed by the gunman or died in the crossfire. That according to the police commissioner for the state of New South Wales. Authorities have not publicly identified the gunman, but a police source named him as Manharan Moniz, an Iranian refugee and self-styled sheikh known for sending hate mail to the families of Australian troops killed in Afghanistan. He was charged last year with being an accessory to the murder of his ex-wife, but had been free on bail. Several videos apparently showing hostages inside the Lent Cafe in Sydney's central business district making demands on behalf of Moniz were posted on social media during the siege. The gunman, whom the frightened hostages referred to as brother, demanded to talk to Prime Minister Tony Abbott, the delivery of an Islamic State flag, and that media broadcasts that Australia was under attack by the Islamic State. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. The LA Times reports the U.S. Senate on Monday confirmed Dr. Vivek Murthy to become the 19th Surgeon General of the United States. The 51-43 vote makes Murthy, a 37-year-old graduate of Harvard University and Yale University Medical School, the third youngest physician to lead the U.S. Public Health Service's 6,800 commissioned officers. Murthy founded Doctors for America, a nationwide physicians group that worked to pass the Patient Protection Affordable Care Act and has worked to promote HIV/AIDS education in both the United States and India. At Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, his research had focused on improving the quality of clinical trials and expanding the participation of women and minorities in biomedical research. He has declared obesity the defining public health challenge of our time and, more controversially, supported an assault weapons ban and asserted that guns are a healthcare issue. In Senate confirmation hearings last February, Murthy said that, if confirmed, he would focus on childhood obesity, vaccinating children, and driving down tobacco use in the United States. In the end, the Senate vote on Murthy proceeded because new Senate rules require only a simple majority of lawmakers to shut down a filibuster over presidential nominations. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.